baby's gonna ride the dragon. The dragon. Hey, it's your. I'm just singing it more over here. AKA Cat. I'm back again for my weekly update. Dr. Fox here along with you, and just giving you some updates. If I glance down every once in a while, I had to make some notes this week, so it's been kind of crazy. This before we get into everything, let's cover the WoW Classic and the some of the WoW things that are going on here, at least in my life over here, that I've been wanting to catch you up on, and hopefully a couple of little, at least a hint of. Or two. Well, maybe one anyway. Well, I guess you can call it in. All right. Well, first of all, we were supposed to have that darn freaking third test, as you can see in the background. See, no servers are even available. And I know there's been a reaction video out already that's been like showing the reaction about how those tests went and all that, but technically, we haven't had the third one, even though if it slipped through my head, and you have to let me know in the comments, and I'm totally a horrible liar. But I've been keeping a close eye on those forums, and it just keeps saying soon TM, and then I check it daily, and I don't know. Someone said, you don't need to, Dr. Fox, but I'm like, I'm just trying to stay up on all this to the best of my ability. All right, now that we've tackled no server clients, let's close that one, and let's pop you back over here. So if you see today, first off, if any of you had watched my mail, wait a minute, I don't have this mirrored. I think I have it opposite. Yeah, so you can see. Yeah, I know it should be Horde right now because I'm showing some Horde characters, but you can see my. There it is. I got my Alliance banner hung up in here. Well, my brother's and I got some cute little pillows if you all get to watch my package day over here at the Cat and Fox homestead. We had quite a little haul come in, and I want to thank again just a special someone that sent me that for the thank you for all those pet battles again. That really meant a lot, and I really appreciate that. So with that said, it looks like a lot of folks are really tackling the mythic Ajara this week. Sadly, our guild, we're not maxed all the way. We get on and we level a little here and there for a couple hours. It's all good. It's just pretty much me and my brother. We had a couple others that joined, but they kind of, I guess they moved on. A lot of folks tend to have in this scenario, but I still find myself playing. It's been enjoyable for me. And speaking of that, they also had put out some new main stat gems as well. Just a very brief mention of those. So those are out there and available for you as well, a lot like the punch cards. And the Buddy Deep Coral. Now, maybe many of you didn't know this, and here's a quick shout out. No, I'm not a troll. To Hazel, for her Hazelnutty Games, she on her update, she mentioned that. And when I watched one of her live streams the other day, she mentioned it. And I know some people probably laugh at me or whatnot, but I didn't really know. I thought that was like her. I thought that was a you use it and you'd have to keep buying it, and it wasn't like a more I don't mind buying the permanent items when I can, or when I'm able to afford it. And for 5 mana pearls, there we go. 5. That's all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Before I get into C3. Anyway, 5. 5 mana pearls permanently. And then you can start in Nazdajar anyway. You'll be able to actually fly around on your water mounts, which is so cool in my opinion. I think that's really wildly fun. I think you can pull out your seahorses and all your fun little underwater mounts that you were using. You can fly around in that area region anyway, not everywhere, just in Nazdajar. And I get it, because it's kind of like the water that comes down. There's all that moisture in the air, so it could magically allow that one to sort of fly. And it's kind of neat. And at least you can still fly around at like full flight speed, pretty much. Not be underwater and slow down. Yes, you get the lore. That does still work and come in handy. And sadly, I'm one of the few who still doesn't have the lore. I've tried to go back and fish those different dailies that come up, and it's just I'm focused on other things. It's okay. That's the best part about this game, is you don't have to be focused on one thing. This just happens to be the particular situation that I am focused on, and I end up doing these other types of things, and many folks will be like, girl, I've had that like a long time, and that's fine. That's fine. Just please, no, we don't need pressure on that. And here's a quick tip for any of you that saw my little video that I mentioned about if you're still having trouble like I am trying to get that, and I spent hours over there, and I've tried to keep up on these tips to the best of my ability, and I would tell you right now now that Mechagon is accessible, as soon as you go into the little Mechagon, the Mechagon dungeon, when you go in, make sure you're still set it to normal. Not that you want to try to attack anything. But as soon as you go in, try to turn to your left and run down to the beach. You can set up a macro. And this is a much faster technique for those that are trying to finish that achievement. And when you come in, you can run to you don't even have to run to the beach. If you set your macro, you should be able to just click your macro, check it, and then leave. Reset the dungeon. You're allowed to reset it up to 10 times. 10. I almost said 9 times of that line from the movie. Anyway, but no, it's actually okay. 5 there. 10. 10 times you can reset that dungeon, and it will give you an opportunity to get that yellow junk hopper frog. Much better option than sitting out on that hoping for a respawn. That older technique, taking forever. I tried other options, but it was nice to know that was updated. So a shout out to individual or individuals that have been able to do that, as well as the individual that told Hazel about it too, because that's how I found out about that as well. Just a quick look here. And then, of course, as we get in here, I've been leveling up a bit. I've been running my Mona Lisa. That's my mage. Been running around trying to get her close. I don't know if I talked about this in last week's update. I did max out. You can see some of the Bantha gear. I think I did mention that one. But I've been working on Mona Lisa. I'll usually grab like the dailies outside of Orgrimmar, the daily pet battles outside of Orgrimmar. In Draenor, I portal to Orgrimmar, and I make sure I have war mode on. I know some don't like war mode, and some will run into other issues. On the other hand, there are pros and cons for all of it. But I've been slowly doing that, and then I will go back, and when I can catch an assault. Now, sadly, the BFA assaults don't give you as much XP as the Legion ones. Man, you could shoot out to a Legion assault and bam, you'd be up a whole nother level, and like I just get like a little chunk, it feels like. Still, yeah, you can put some other buffs on, but I don't like to spend gold or whatnot on all those extra little buffs. I do it if I'm still leveling a character during like Dark Moon Fae to get the 10% buff when I can, but then I only leave war mode on usually to try to take out the bosses if I can, like when one of the assaults is just a boss. But when it's like you have to kill so many, I turn it off. It gives you a little less XP, but it works for me. At least that's how it's been working for me. And then in the meantime, I'm also flying around all of BFA, the 3 islands. Zolzazar, Vol'dun, and those 3. And then for the Horde side, and then I'll fly around on the other 3. The Storm, Dustvar, and the Tristful. I'm going off of memory right now, but and maybe grab a few herbs here and there, some ore, whatnot, if that particular character. So I've been doing a little bit of that, but I've actually been very, very busy here around the home, actually, homestead. We've been getting a lot of the ceiling done. We got the ceiling finally finished here in the bedroom. So now all rooms are finished for ceilings, and half of it's done in the kitchen. Another tiny panel's going up in the kitchen corner next week. After I get paid, I'm gonna get, I hope, another box of the caulking, so I can finish the caulking up here. Then I gotta cut the little trims around the edge of the ceiling. I've been working on that and just caulking a lot. Just been going around, and I finished more of the living room caulking out there as well. And you may have seen on the mail video that or the unboxing of the package video, that the floor wasn't fully done. We have the tiles. I need to pick up that paste to help stick it down better. I have these beautiful, beautiful tiles that are going to go up in there as well. So I've been a busy and I've been organizing. I'm all excited. I may have mentioned I got a 4-foot bookcase. So I got that organized, and it's really starting to feel good, and it's starting to feel a little more homey and a little less stressful here in where I'm supposed to feel comfortable, but it's outside sources that make it a little difficult as well. There's a few other things this week. I had a couple questions I was going to pop up. I thought, where did that go? That's in the other one. And my apologies for not having this already pulled up in advance, because I tried to jot down a couple of these questions that came up as well. Where's the... I am really screwing this up. Normally, I would put in more edit into it and have these things already prepped and put together as well. Let me go check. Now, there was one the reason I'm really wanting to pull this up, because we're getting some nice compliments back on more of the pet battles, and I really, really appreciate that. Yeah, that was not fun for a couple of folks. There was another individual that I wanted to send a shout out to. Oh, Novak! I want to hear back from Novak when they're able to get their heritage armor, because they left a nice little message on my heritage armor video, and I want to appreciate that. I put that one out. That was in real time. That was like a 45-minute video. And of course, the biggest thing that we started everything off with, to kind of roll back to the beginning, is 4 weeks. That's it. Just 4 weeks from this Monday evening. 4 weeks to Classic. And so, speaking of that, my schedule, at least tentatively, I plan on trying to stream that night. I'm trying to do a little bit more regular streaming on Twitch, starting when Classic finally goes live. But we're going to have to see how that plays out, because, I don't know, I'm just trying to encourage a positive joy in all this. And not that I'm letting negativity stop me. I'm not doing that. And that's fine. Everyone can have their own views or whatnot. And it's just, that's just not working for me. But I'm going to do my best. There's a lot of other issues going on with some immediate individuals around me, and it's really struggling right now for me, but I try to get on and keep this going to the best of my ability. So, and that's at least been my week for now anyway, at least at this point. And hoping to see and I hope everybody stayed safe during all that humidity that we had. At least the East Coast, they had that in other regions and other areas that have been making it difficult. So I hope you all, again, have another wonderful week ahead. At least good luck with the week. We all have our good and our bad. And I like to look at the good stuff, not to think that someone is out to get someone, even when we have suddenly something happen and something comes up and hurts us. It feels like more than often. But I don't want it to feel like that. I like to have but that's okay. Look, I feel for them. And I'm glad I can be there for them right now while things are... But it's all good. So, I send my best. And again, this is Dr. Fox. Don't forget to take 2 updates. And call me in the morning. Kat's over there. She's taking a nap. We're trying to stay cool. And I hope you get to, too. We will see you later.